My friend Voxy has never played a Final Fantasy game, which means she's the perfect person to take my Final Fantasy quiz, which is a very normal, completely regular, and very ordinary test of knowledge about Final Fantasy, its history, its games, its characters, and its stories. And of course, she's the funniest person to quiz about it because, as I said, she's never played one of these games.
I know. Let me check my notes. I know what a chocobo is. It's a chicken mount.
Mm-hmm.
I know what a Lalafell is. It's a small elf character that you can be.
Okay, yeah, that's Final Fantasy 14. Uh-huh.
Okay. That's still Final Fantasy, right? Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
Is it
Final
only in
Fantasy.
that one? It's not anywhere else? Just in that specific one? Hello.
Is that all you know?
Wait, no, sorry. And everybody's hot. And no ugly people are allowed. That's it.
Oh, okay. Everybody's hot and there's no ugly people allowed.
Yes.
Is that like a hard rule?
That's what I saw. I will say, I'm not gonna lie, I have a little bit of knowledge. I did watch all the trailer intros last week. So I also know who Glario is. Gladio.
Do you mean Gladio?
Gladio. Muscle T, mullet. That one.
Oh my god.
That one I like. I like that one. Glarbo. I called him Glarbo. And everybody's making
All right,
fun.
she knows what Glarbo
No,
is.
everybody's making fun of me because I called him Glarbo one time. I couldn't remember his fucking name.
Welcome to my Final Fantasy quiz. Test your knowledge.
Yay.
This is a Final Fantasy quiz about all Final Fantasy and related media. The questions range from I think Voxy can get it to I think Voxy will be concerned that it's a question. And there's 20 total questions, if I remember right. I wrote most of them, but my Twitch chat helped me fill in answers, do some research, everything else. So it was a collaborative effort.
Okay. All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the we was you in chat.
It was me in chat, yes, yesterday morning.
God. Okay.
And we had to,
Great.
do a lot. So are you ready to start?
I'm very ready.
Okay. So our first question is, which of these is a chocobo?
This game is so
think
easy.
you've seen some of these.
I have only seen one of them, and it's a chocobo, and the answer is B. I don't know any of these other things. That's really that thing on D is cute, though.
Yeah, it is. It is cute. In fact, it is also available as a pet in Arena right now.
Oh,
so yes,
that's cute.
you're correct.
Yay!
That is a
This
chocobo.
This is how many are there? How many questions?
20.
Okay. All right.
So starting off strong. She has 1 point. Chat,
Those are my
track it.
notes.
1 point. She has 1 point.
One of many. 19 more. Here we go. Is it a total?
Chat, do not help her cheat. If you help her cheat, I'll know because I can see
I'm
chat.
not looking at them. They are
No.
snitch chat for a reason, so I'm not.
Yes, snitch chat.
Yeah,
Don't tell her
yeah,
anything
get the
else.
grass. Oh,
All right. The second question is,
fuck!
when was the first Final Fantasy game released? And this is the
shit.
Japanese release date. I'm just going to clarify that.
Okay, it's either A or B, and the only reason I know that is because I watched the intros last week, and I think I remember it being old as fuck. I'm gonna go A.
A?
A.
1987?
1987.
It was, in fact, 1987 was the Japanese release of the first Final Fantasy game.
Yeah. This is oh my god. This is high quality, by the way. Is this a PowerPoint?
Yes, it is. It's
This
a
is
Google
so
presentation. Chat saying this is easy. Okay.
This is
Let's
so
get a little
easy.
trickier then. How many Final Fantasy games are there? 16, 19, 45, or 123?
Okay. It's either A or B. If I knew of Final Fantasy 14 in like 2016, I would think it's A again. I think it's A. Right?
Well, Voxy,
Remake?
I hate to break it to you, but that's just how many mainline games there are. There have been 123 Final Fantasy games, including mobile games, spin-offs, sequels, and other Final Fantasy games.
Wait, what? Are you kidding?
No,
You're
I'm not.
joking.
No, I'm not.
What the fuck? I thought you were fucking with me.
What, you don't like snowboarding?
I watched like only 16 inch. Wait, stop. Wait.
So
I'm
you
so
thought
confused.
there were 16
Games.
total games because that's how
Yes.
many there are in the main line. Like with just the number, that doesn't account for like X2. There's 3 different
X2?
Final Fantasy 13s.
What the fuck?
This does
Okay.
include mobile games
right.
though. So like there's been a lot of mobile games.
Whatever. Listen. It's fine. I'm still ahead. I'm still ahead. That is weird though. I can't believe there's 123.
Oh, and somebody in chat just helped predict our next question.
Okay.
How many of those games are Final Fantasy VII games?
What do you mean? Is it Final
How
Fantasy
many
VII just
take
Final
place
Fantasy
in the
VII?
world of Final Fantasy VII? How many remakes, sequels? How many Final Fantasy VII games are there?
Should there only be one? It's Final Fantasy VII.
Is it 3,
it
7,
like-
12, or
is it like-
15?
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Because like I'm trying to think, like Spyro, like there's many different Spyro games, but they weren't called like Spyro 2, and there's like 27 Spyro 2s. So why?
Like
how?
you personally know, I'm pretty sure, about like Final Fantasy VII R, like remake and rebirth, because we've been asking if you wanted to play them. So like you know there's at least 3 of them. Final Fantasy the original,
Okay, so you'd say
rebirth,
3 is a safe
remake.
bet.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there has to be more, because if there's 123 overall Final Fantasy games, there's no way there's only 3 for Final Fantasy VII. And I feel
So
like
how many do you think there are?
I feel like picking 7 would be too, like dumb. So I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go. God, 123. I'm gonna go
123.
That's a really good bit. C. I'm gonna go C. 12 Final Fantasy VII games.
I'm sorry, Foxy, but the answer was 15. There have been 15
the
Final
fuck
Fantasy
are you
VII
talking
games.
about? Wait, is that the right thing? Because the answers are different.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I changed what C is on there, and I forgot to change it, but the answer's still D.
Oh,
it's
okay.
15. I'm sorry.
No, it's
Oh,
fine.
yes,
I just want to make sure
I'm
I wasn't
upset that I'm
seeing
covering
a future like question or
Snowboard.
something. Look at the fucking hair on that person. Holy shit. Oh my. Hey, it's Glavio! It's Gladio.
No, that's not Gladio's a different game.
No, Gladio's in Final Fantasy. I just watched the intros. It's in Final Fantasy. Who is the guy with the sword?
What? They all have swords.
That guy.
The guy with the sword.
Under Crisis Core Final Fantasy Roman numerals reunion. That one on the left. That one.
Oh no, Foxy, do you not know how to read Roman numerals? Because that's gonna make somebody's questions really hard.
Maybe. Oh my god, no. Okay, I'm not. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know Roman numerals. They're my
It's okay,
biggest,
we'll
they're my
teach
biggest
you. We'll
enemy.
teach
Chat
you the
has to help
basics.
me every time a Roman numeral. Do you know how hard Blue Prince was for me because of that?
Oh no.
I had to listen to that because I didn't know.
Did you also
I
have
don't
to like
know.
read an analog clock?
I know how to read a regular clock with numbers on it. But no, not if it has Roman numerals, no. Oh no, I can read because I know where the things go on the. Yeah, okay. I disagree with this, by the way, but whatever. I don't think it's 15. I think it's probably 12. But
Yeah, I wish it were 12. There were a lot of like mobile games, spin-off games, remakes, and the one behind me is Final Fantasy VII Snowboarding. So
what the fuck? How is
let's go
that
to the
not
next
Lario?
question.
Okay, I'm ready.
Which of these games was released as Final Fantasy III in the United States? Final
does that
Fantasy III, Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy V, or Final Fantasy VI?
So Final Fantasy 3 was released elsewhere, and then when it came to the US, they just decided to change it for some reason?
Yes.
Why?
Or maybe I'm just screwing with you, and
That's
the
true.
answer is Final
That wouldn't
Fantasy
make any-
III.
but I feel like this is such a weird niche question that maybe like that did. Why would they do that? I'm gonna go with fuck. Are these like in order of like highest Roman numeral or lowest Roman numeral to highest Roman numeral?
Yeah, they're in
Okay,
order. It
great.
goes
That
3,
helps a
4,
lot. So
5,
that's
and
3.
6.
Okay. I'm gonna go B. Final Fantasy IV.
That's Final Fantasy IV, but the answer is Final Fantasy VI was released as Final Fantasy III in the USA.
What?
When I first played Final Fantasy VI, I was in my head playing Final Fantasy III because that's what it said on the cartridge that I borrowed from my friend's older brother.
Fuck. Okay, that makes no sense, but sure, I guess. What is that cute little thing with the little bat wings?
That's a Moogle. That's a Moogle on there.
Is it? Well, it looks like it's something that would give me like quests.
I think that there are Moogles that give you quests in multiple games.
Boom,
Yeah.
called it.
Yeah.
Why else are they there other than to give you quests or just to be cute?
Sometimes they run shops. Sometimes they're just like fun little
I
guys.
like
Sometimes they help you
Moogle.
save your game.
That's cute. I like Moogles. Okay.
So now
That
we're
is a
going to
Pokemon.
learn some names. We're going to match the monsters to their names. So
Shit.
you can just describe them.
Okay.
Each one will say is worth a point.
Fine. Bottom right, that's a cactuar.
That is a cactuar. Yup.
Thank
Right
you,
there,
Magic the
the-
Gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm a little scared. Top left looks like an evolution, but okay. So I'm gonna take a wild guess here. I'm gonna go possibility. I'm gonna go top right is bomb.
Top right. That is correct. That is a bomb.
Okay,
So you
all right,
found
okay.
cactuar and bomb.
Okay.
You still have Tonberry, Marlboro, Carbuncle, and Flawn left.
Okay, that's not fair because none of those names match that cute little Eevee in the top. I think middle bottom, like the one that looks like goo, is Flan because he looks like Flan the dessert.
That is 100% correct. You're pretty good with these
Fucking-
monster
okay,
names.
all
That
right,
is a
okay.
Flawn.
Marlboro, I'm pretty sure is a cigarette, so I'm gonna go with bottom left. Looks like they smoke chain Marlboro cigarettes in Newports if they can't get the Marlboro.
Absolutely. And it has the ability called Bad Breath. So
That's
very appropriate. That
Nailed
leaves you with
it! Nailed
two
it!
left. One of these
Fuck.
two in the top left is
Okay.
a Tonberry and one is a Carbuncle.
There's
The
no
goat
fucking.
returned.
Thank you for the reason. There's no fucking way that thing in the top left is named Carbuncle. That is an ugly name. So top
Yeah, like the
left
growth.
Tonberry, and then the turtle-looking thing is Carbuncle.
That is unfortunately incorrect. You gotta swap the two. The Carbuncle is the Eevee. The Tonberry is the guy with the knife. But you got the other ones right.
Are you joking?
No, that's,
Carbuncle?
they gave the worst name for Carbuncle. They're the cutest little things, these little sparkly cat things.
Yeah. Fuck, dude, I was nailing it, man. I was so sure I could fucking nail that one. Okay, I'm a little upset about that, but sure. Ugh.
Okay. So now we're gonna get into some more Final Fantasy. You see some protagonists here from different games.
Final Fantasy,
Squall,
let's go.
Terra, Zidane, and Bart. These are all, I would say, the primary protagonists, though some of these games had multiple protagonists, multiple party members, things like that. Which of these is an alien?
What do you mean? Are these names all matched up to their pictures?
Yes, that's the name is underneath the character.
Okay. One of these is an alien.
Oh, yes,
okay.
spoilers. There are spoilers in this quiz. That's the only way to do a Final Fantasy quiz.
Three subs. I don't feel like Squall is an alien. He looks just like a little punk dude that has a big. It's just everybody have a big ass sword in this game. And there's no one except for fucking
Giant
Monkey
swords
Boy
are
over
a
there.
huge recurring theme, yes.
Okay. Well, I don't think Squall is the alien. Terra seems like maybe too pretty to like be a part of this world, so maybe Terra could be the alien. I'm not gonna lie, I'm leaning towards Zidane over here with the fucking muscle t-shirt with the tail sticking out of their butt. And then Bart's is kind of forgettable. He has like a weird name. He looks like he would just be named Bart. But I don't know, he looked like he could be a god, not an alien though. It's either B or C.
All right, lock in your answer,
Okay,
Boxy.
Fuck, I really want to pick B.
I'm sorry, Voxy. The
Is
answer
it
is
C?
C.
Dang it,
You should have followed your first
Dang it, I
instinct.
should have followed my gut. I should have followed my gut. Dang it. Fuck. Okay.
Zidane is an alien who does not remember he is an alien.
Just, what? He has memory loss?
He has memory loss.
Oh, that's the lore?
Terra is not fully human, but she's not an alien. She is from the planet that the game takes place within.
Okay.
There are other there are other part alien protagonists, though. I didn't want to mess you up and show other part alien protagonists for anybody who's like, why wasn't this guy here?
What is this game? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So now we're gonna go back to Final Fantasy 1. Match the class to the character. So you'll see there's 6 little sprite guys at the bottom. These were the different playable jobs, the classes that they had. Black Mage, Fighter, White Mage, Red Mage, Black Belt, and Thief.
What the fuck? Oh my god. This is so...
Yes, people are getting flashbacks to 8-bit theater.
This is so well done. What the hell is 8-bit theater?
It was a webcomic that used the sprites from, well, Final Fantasy and other games.
Okay. I think I can nail this one. Just like I almost nailed the other matching one. Black Mage is the very first guy shooting the fireball.
That is correct. All right, so she's got a point. She knows that's a Black Mage.
All right. White Mage is probably the dude behind him with the white coat.
Yup, that's the White Mage.
Nailed it. All right. Red Mage. Not the guy behind the White Mage, but the guy after that also shooting the fireball.
Yup, the guy with the little explosions. That is a Red Mage.
Now things I'm a little scared for. So we have Fighter, Black Belt, and Thief. None of these people look like thieves. I would assume Black Belt is the dude behind the White Mage.
It is the guy, because he has a black belt.
Yes.
It makes it a little easier.
Process of elimination. We have Fighter and Thief. I'm gonna go... Fuck. They're the exact same. Fighter in the front, Thief in the back.
So close, Foxy.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Oh my god.
The Thief is second to the last, and then the Fighter is the last one.
Oh my god. How has this happened twice? God damn it, I was so close. Why is this the hardest game I've ever played in my entire life?
No, you know what this is? This is a learning experience. You're learning about Final Fantasy.
That is true, I am.
And do you want to learn even more about Final Fantasy? Because the next question is, who is Yuna's guardian in Final Fantasy X? Now, I've got a lineup here of blonde men. I'm not listing their names because I think you would recognize some of them. So, do you think it's A, B, C, D, E, or F? There are 6 blonde men here, and you gotta pick which one.
There are 5 blonde men who look like characters and a random, middle-aged man on the very right. Who brought him here? Who is that? Who is under F? What the fuck? They don't let me belong in GTA. What is this?
People in chat are quoting the character. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Okay, who the fuck I don't know who Yuna is. Who's Yuna's guardian in Final Fantasy X?
Yuna is one of the main characters in Final Fantasy X.
Okay.
So that's
okay.
FF10.
Okay. Who amongst these would look like a guardian? It's not Dave on the right. I'll tell you that much. It's not Dave. Okay? Dave is not even supposed to be here. I don't know how he got here. I will say C and D look like guardians. Like they have...
They also look like they could be the same guy.
I was gonna say they look like the same a little bit, like just slightly different, like tinted hair, not air. But C has abs that are going up way too high. I feel like that is something that a guardian would have. I really want to pick D though, but I think I'm gonna go with C.
Foxy, you need to stop doubting yourself.
Oh my fucking god!
This is Tidus from Final Fantasy X.
Damn it!
And by the way,
damn it!
All of these characters are Final Fantasy game characters except for one, which is from Kingdom Hearts.
Who is Dave?
For a bonus point.
It's Dave.
You think it's F, Dave?
My bonus point is who doesn't belong in this
Who
lineup?
here is not from a game that has Final Fantasy in its title?
David at the very F. David belongs somewhere else. He's not supposed to be here.
No, the answer is B. Roxas is from Kingdom Hearts, which involves Final Fantasy characters, but is not a Final Fantasy game. It's not Dave. He is, in fact, from a Final Fantasy.
No, he's
Yes, he is.
okay. Which one? Final Fantasy Grand Theft Auto 7? What
No,
is he
it was
doing here?
It actually has a really stupid title. I'm blanking on it, and his name is not Dave.
Is it a dumb like real name?
Stranger in Paradise. Yeah, his name is Jack though, so he does have just like a kind of guy
he looks
name.
more like a Jack than a Dave. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah. Damn it. Fuck. What's
All right? So you've seen who Tidus is. So here's a question: which of these characters is not Tidus's dad? And to give you a little extra help, I gave you the Final Fantasy cards from the set. So we have Auron, Braska's Final Aeon, Jecht, and Sin.
Wait,
which of these is not Tidus's dad?
This person has 3 dads?
I can't help you with that.
Is it
which
like
of these
is it like Tidus? Is it like Tidus is in like Final Fantasy like 5, 7, and 10? And there's a different dad in each one?
I'm not helping you with that.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
This is a normal question. Chat, you better love this question. Which of these is not Tidus's dad?
Auron? Fucking...
Like, does he have, like, I don't know, like, is it a gay dad's thing?
That's
What's
what I'm saying.
going
Is it
on here?
like a poly gay dad? Like, what is it? How does he have, like, I can understand 2. That would make a little bit of sense to me, but I don't know about how 3 works. Like, did they like mix up all the sperm or something? I have no idea. Also, little concerned that this giant plant thing could maybe be Tidus's like dad. This sin thing on the end. Everybody, is that a bird man? So Tidus has, if 3 of these things are Tidus's dad, Tidus is like part monster.
I can't help you with that.
Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Process of elimination. Who is not a monster? Sin?
No, I'm sorry. Braska is a person. Braska's Final Aeon is the name of the thing. So you're saying Sin?
No. Sin,
Okay.
you are the father. Braska's, you are the father. It's debating between Auron and Jecht. I don't think Jecht is it. I think Auron looks a little... Wait, hold on. Why is his... Wait, what is coming out of Jecht's robe? Or Auron's robe? Is it his hand?
He has his hand like inside of his jacket.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
He's lazy.
He have a hand growing out of his chest like, say, a monster? C. Final answer. Jet is not the father.
Voxy Auron is not the father.
Oh my god. I can't live like this. Oh my god.
But he is daddy, so like it's okay. So I gave you the Final Fantasy cards, hoping you would read the flavor text.
I didn't read
And get a
it.
little
Wait.
hint there. It says,
Well,
you following my footsteps, are you?
That's not fair. You know I don't read.
So Braska's Final Aeon is Jecht, is Sin.
Okay. Wait. Okay. So, okay. If am
Sort
I
of.
allowed to ask questions now?
Yes, you could ask questions.
How they have 3 dads?
So in Final Fantasy X, there's this weird thing where like the human spirit can also be manifested as summons. And we're gonna also go a little bit more into that with the next question, because we love parentage and Final Fantasy
I don't want
X
to
here.
get spoilers for any questions, but I do have many
Mhm.
fucking questions of what is happening here.
So which of these is Seymour's mom? I put a picture of Seymour in the top right and his card. Shiva, Lulu, Anima, or Sin? Yes, it's the same Sin as the last question.
If it's fucking Sin. Wait. Process of elimination. Here we go. Sin was a dad, and this question is, which of these is Seymour's mom? It's not Sin. You are not the mom because you are a dad. So it's either A, B, or C. I'm like going off of looks. It's got to be either A or C because they're of like all the blue or something. So, but I don't think it's A. A doesn't look like it would be the mom.
Not Shiva, okay.
No, I think it's gonna be because this person also has to be like What is going on with Lulu's outfit? Look at all those belts. That's actually kind of wild. Okay, I'm gonna go with C, Anima.
You are correct. Anima is Seymour's mom.
Let's go! Oh my god. Yay. Finally.
Congratulations.
Ooh, I almost went with, like, not my gut and picked Shiva for, like, 2 seconds. Okay, all right.
But she's kind of blue. I get it.
Yeah, she's kind of blue. What's my score currently? Who knows?
You
How
have
am I
gotten
doing?
11 out of 21 possible points.
Okay, all right. That's not bad. 50%? 50%?
All right, so this next one is a tricky one. Which Final Fantasy character has appeared in the Italian Parliament? Is it Cecil Harvey, Barbariccia, Jack Garland, Tifa Lockhart, Kefka Palazzo, Freya Crescent, Ishtola Rule, Squall Leonhart, Setsa Gabbiani, or Strago Magus? And chat is on fire with this question.
What do you Wait, was somebody, like, named this at birth and then they ended up in the Italian Parliament?
I will clarify when you get the answer.
Oh my god. Okay. Who? Okay. That's so fucking funny. So one of these people's parents was a huge Final Fantasy fan. What sounds?
Yeah, okay.
That's what my guess is somebody was named this at birth. And they were like, I'm a big fan of blah blah. So, and then they ended up going to be in the Italian Parliament. And so I'm gonna go with the most Italian sounding one to me. And that is Kefka Palazzo.
Kefka Palazzo is not the answer.
Wait, can I get another guess? Can I get another guess?
You know,
Wait.
I'll give you a second guess.
Thank you, because that's a lot. That's a lot of options. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Setzer Gabbiani.
I appreciate that you went for the Italian names, but no, the answer was Tifa Lockhart, who appeared in 30 seconds of hacked video footage as part of pornography.
Pause. What do you mean? Were they showing something at the Italian Parliament and they pulled up porn of this?
Of Tifa Lockhart. Yep, that is exactly what happened.
What the fuck?
And this is why chat was going insane when I saw the question.
So I was way off on my guess.
No, that's why I genuinely, like, chat and we trawled through all of the Final Fantasy names of, like, major characters we could find for the most Italian sounding names.
Oh, that's so, oh my god, you guys targeted me. You know what I would think. How else am I supposed to think what that means? Like, what, like, you know, or like somebody brought a doll because they loved Final Fantasy or something. And they're also part of the Italian Parliament. I don't know. Wow, I was not expecting that to be the reason Tifa ended up in the Italian Parliament.
Yeah, but you know, it's good to know, right?
Okay, yeah.
It's good to know. So we're gonna look at, you had guessed Kefka before. That is a Final Fantasy VI character. Who do you fight in an opera house in Final Fantasy VI? This is the first opera house fight. You have A, B, C, or D.
Is, like, what do you mean the first opera? Is, like, are you fighting through an opera house in this Final Fantasy? Like,
There's at least one fight that takes place in an opera house, and in that fight, you are fighting this character.
Okay, it's not B. B is not classy enough to be in an opera house. C does look like they're singing a lot. However, I think it's either A or D. D looks like they're dressed in an outfit that would go to the opera, and A looks like the Phantom of the Opera, which I also have never seen, but I know the reference. So I think I'm gonna have to guess the most opera-looking one, which is A. Also, thank you for the resub. A. Are you fucking kidding me? What do
Voxy?
you mean?
I tried to select two characters that look like you'd find them in an opera house, and two that looked like they wouldn't. No, the answer is B. That is Ultros, who is like a big octopus monster. And yes, you do fight him in the opera house.
Why? Why is he there?
Because this is a Final Fantasy game. Okay, so you have not played a Final Fantasy game, but you need to understand that the most batshit insane thing that could happen is the thing that does happen.
Okay, so throw all of my logic and thinking out the window.
Yes.
And think, like, just the opposite of it all. Okay, got it.
Ultras is
I'm
allowed
ready
to
for the next
enjoy high
question.
culture.
Okay. Which game has a character named Red 13? Is it Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 13, or Final Fantasy 16? Those are what the Roman numerals are.
Thank you for saying that. I swear to fucking...
No problem.
Okay, I swear to fucking God. I instinctively want to pick C. For obvious reasons, it would make the most sense. However, I'm not supposed to think logically anymore. I'm supposed to think outside of that. What's A, B, and D again, the numbers?
4, 7, 13, 16 in that order.
4, 7, 13, 16. I'm gonna go with D.
Final Fantasy 7 features the character Red 13, who is this cat-looking thing behind me.
Fuck.
He's very old, and he's very cool.
Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
He's part of your party.
Oh, that's actually kind of fun. Okay.
Yeah,
I like
he's
that.
great.
Yeah. He looks
Oh,
like
and he can
Star.
talk. Yeah, people
Yeah.
saying I should mention he can talk.
Talking cat. That's actually fun. I like him. He looks cool. I like his eyeball.
Yeah, me too.
He's what a Johnny wishes he was.
Yeah. You almost fell into my trap though of putting 13 on there. I'm glad.
I did. Had this not gone the way that it has so far, I would have gone with my instinct. But I'm no longer going, well, fuck, my instinct was right on some of these questions. No, I'm getting instinct in, logic out. Okay. From here on out, I'm ready.
Which of these is not a real Final Fantasy character's name? Lightning, Ice, Cloud, Snow, or Squall?
Are you fucking... Okay, Squall is a real guy. I know that because of earlier on in the quiz. However, I do want to say, had I not known that, I would have picked Squall because it makes no sense. Okay. I feel like I've heard of Cloud. Like, I feel like Cloud is... It's either that or that was Kingdom Hearts, but I don't know. I've never played Kingdom Hearts either. So
a lot of Kingdom Hearts characters are from Final Fantasy games.
What?
Wait, did you not know this?
I knew like one of them overlapped. I didn't know there was a lot of them. Because isn't like Goofy and
Kingdom Hearts, yeah.
no,
and
I mean,
he's
like
from
the Toy
Disney.
Story people. Like Woody, is he not in there?
Woody is in Kingdom Hearts.
And there's a bunch of I didn't know that. I thought there was just one from other universe. I didn't know there was multiple. So I think
There's lots.
I think that's Cloud, and I think that that's a Final Fantasy and a. Okay, if that's the case, he was Final Fantasy and he's Kingdom Hearts. It's not C, it's not E.
It's not C or E. You're doing well so far.
This is really upsetting because like none of them stick out other than Squall, who I know is Final Fantasy characters. That's unfortunate.
It's fine. It's just a little weather, lightning, ice, or snow.
I feel like Ice is a stupid ass name. So
yeah, but snow is snow.
Snow is snow, but Cloud is also thing that makes snow. And I feel like Lightning is a cool name, and Cloud is real. And I'm gonna go with Ice. Instinct.
Lexi, you are correct.
Let's fucking go.
From
Let's
left to
go,
right,
Instinct.
that is lightning,
Let's go.
Cloud, Snow, and Squall.
Yes, that's what I remember Cloud looking like. Who the fuck is Snow looking like that? What?
Snow is Lightning's brother, apparently. They're from Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, okay.
So they're related. And I guess, I don't know, weather is just like what they name people in these games.
Okay, Squall's kind of cute here.
Oh, brother-in-law? I'm so sorry.
Oh, brother-in-law.
I
Close
did not
enough,
play Final
close enough,
Fantasy
right?
13.
Okay.
So now we're going to follow up with what does Lightning, the protagonist of Final Fantasy 13, have in common with Gorbachev, the former leader of the USSR? Do they have the same birthday, have a shoe size of 13, were they both models for Louis Vuitton, or were they each in a Pizza Hut commercial, or all of the above?
Amy.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
This is a regular question about
I'm late, but how has
About
the
Final
been
Fantasy.
going? Almost a year.
Can I ask? I know I'm not supposed to ask questions. I think I might have to though. How did we get here? Like how did we come up with this one?
Okay, so this question actually came up because I was looking up fun Final Fantasy trivia, and yeah, it went from there.
Okay. This is so fun. Final Fantasy trivia. So they have the same birthday. They have a shoe size of 13. They were models for Louis Vuitton, and they were each in a Pizza Hut commercial. Listen. I want to pick all of the above because I feel like I'm like, there's no way that all of these, like, this is so weirdly niche. Like, there's no way these could have been made up. So I feel like it's probably all of the above.
They were both models for Louis Vuitton.
What do you mean?
Gorbachev was in a Pizza Hut commercial. And Lightning shoe size is 13.
You know what's funny is I was going to say that there's no way Lightning shoe size is 13, so maybe it's not B2. So never mind.
So something very notable is that Gorbachev was actually known for having a very small shoe size. So I don't know, like, how into that you were. Yeah.
Tiny feet? Not, I mean.
She got grippers.
Okay, hell yeah. I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have guessed the Pizza Hut one, I think, if I was going to pick one of these. Wait, what do you mean a model for? Is that like a special Final Fantasy bag?
They had her modeling like as the Final Fantasy character. They had her modeling in posters and magazines for like just Louis Vuitton gear.
When?
Like when the games were coming out.
It was that huge, huh? That's crazy.
It was at least a choice they decided to make. I don't know. I don't see that many advertisements. But I do remember seeing like there was a giant poster of the Lightning Louis Vuitton ad.
How tall is she? If she's a size 13 foot.
My guess is she's like 6 feet tall. She's like an anime character.
Yeah, she's got to be like 6 to 6'5", I think.
So this one is a multiple choice question. So you get to pick as many as you'd like. And for each one you get correct, you will get a point. Or I should say, as long as you do not choose the wrong one. So it's like the number there. So what is Ragnarok in Final Fantasy? Is it a character, a summon, a weapon, a ship, a spell, or an item? And now you can just tell me which ones you think it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's probably, okay. Oh, I don't think it's
so
all
up
of
to
them.
6
I know
points
Ragnaros, but I don't know Ragnarok. Okay, I'm going to go character, summon, weapon, ship, spell, item. I think that Ragnarok is a weapon. C. It sounds like it would be the name of a ship as well. So C and D. And I don't think that I don't think they would be a character. I don't know what a summon. I assume it's like a little pet or something. There's no way it's a pet. So C, D, and E. Spell. It's a weapon, a ship, and a spell.
Well, you got half the points for this question because it's actually all of them.
I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end myself.
It's a ship, it's a weapon, it's an item, it's a summon, it's a character. They really like the name Ragnarok in Final Fantasy.
Is this like spread out throughout the thing? Like, wouldn't that confuse some people? Like, what if you just played Final Fantasy V and you like met like a weapon that had this, and then you met a guy later on in different Final Fantasy named this? Would you think that the weapon came to life?
Or you were just like, wow, what a cool name.
Or, you know what? Yeah, or that, I guess. I suppose. What the fuck?
We're going to go back to something else that shares names. You've probably seen from Magic, or you've heard that almost every game has a Cid in Final Fantasy. So I've picked out 3 Cids for you.
I did not know
to
that.
match to the game that they're from. So there's 3 different games here, 4, 7, and 16. And next to them, there's 3 different Cids. Which one do you think is from which?
One, I did not know that there were many different names. Many different named Cids.
There's a character named Cid in Final Fantasies 2 through 16.
And they change every game.
Yes, there are different people. They just have the same name.
Okay. So they all look very different from one another. I don't know how they pick who is named Cid and who's not. So I think that the very top Final Fantasy number one on the left side with like the little guy.
That's 4.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I don't know Roman numerals. Not kidding. That's not a bit. That's genuine. That's genuine.
When
fear.
we're not in this stream, I will teach you the basics of Roman numerals.
I might actually write down notes. I'm not kidding you. This is my worst fucking nightmare. I didn't know that Roman numerals were so prevalent in Final Fantasy because I have to be strong about it now. I can't let them see me cry. But this is genuinely my worst nightmare. I hate.
You're so strong. You're so powerful.
Roman numerals for the life of me. Okay, that we said 6 was the top one.
That's 4. 4 is on the top.
I think belongs to the guy with the sword. For once, not everybody has a sword, so it's the top guy on the right because he looks the coolest and he's kind of posed like that Final Fantasy.
He's really hot too, yeah. But I'm not reviewing the answer until you get all 3 of them guessed because it's just a matching game.
Guy who looks like a pilot with a pipe in his mouth on the bottom right. Oh, they both look like pilots, and in the middle guy
too.
Do. Okay, bottom right guy is the middle Final Fantasy one.
Okay, 7.
And then the bottom Final Fantasy that has the purple and the yellow is the middle Final Fantasy guy, Sid.
Unfortunately, you did not get those correct.
I didn't get one right.
Nope, that is 4, 7, and 16 in this order. Aren't they cute though?
I feel like the likeliness of me getting them all wrong was like kind of low, so I'm a little embarrassed about that one. They are very cute. I really thought I nailed at least one of them.
I'm sorry, Voxy, but you should just be very happy I didn't put all 16 or 15, I guess, Sids on here.
There's 15 of them. Jesus Christ.
And then there's also like Cindy, who's his grandson, and 15, she's adorable. Or granddaughter. I'm sorry, granddaughter.
I think I knew there was a bunch of names. I thought that was the cloud guy. I thought there was a bunch of clouds. But it's Sid?
It's Sid. Okay. Lots of Sids.
Lots of Sids.
So which of these is not a card game within Final Fantasy? Because we're card gamers here.
Yeah.
Triple Triad, Tetramaster, Sphere Grid, or Queen's Blood?
Okay. Which of these is not a card game within Final Fantasy? Triple Triad
3 of them
sounds
not.
like it would be a card game. Tetramaster sounds like it would be a game, I think. So does Sphere Grid, but like I could see Queen's Blood too. I think for sure one that for sure is a card game is Tetramaster. Yeah, Tetramaster. Like it sounds like it would be a card game. Triple Triad does too, kind of. I think I'm gonna go with Queen's Blood is not a card game in Final Fantasy. D.
Queen's Blood is from Final Fantasy VII's remake. Triple Triad is from 8. Tetramaster is from 9, but it's identical to Triple Triad. Triple Triad is also in 14. Sphere Grid is the name of the leveling up kind of like equipment skill system in Final Fantasy X.
Fuck. How many more questions are there?
There's a couple.
What's my current score? Do I have a chance?
It's okay.
Do I have a chance? Why did you pause? Do I have a chance of passing or no?
It's 15 points out of 35 possible points.
So no. Maybe.
What's a passing grade? Come on, what's a passing grade? There's plenty more points you can get. Like, which of the characters can cast Zeta Flare, the most powerful fire spell? This is a multiple choice, so it could be between 0 and 4 of these characters. Donald Duck, Vivi, Exdeath, and Dion.
Thank you for giving me a gimme with Donald Duck and it, like, not being him. Okay, if it's multiple choice, for some reason, I feel like the dude with the staff, Vivi, is probably able to do a fire spell. So I'm going to go I'm going to lock in Vivi for sure. And then Exdeath has a sword, but so does Dion. But I feel like Exdeath looks like they could be a mage. Or some... Ah! Wait, stop. You know what?
Yeah. What?
Amy, if you're... Are you... I feel like you're... No. You wouldn't put Donald Duck in here for no reason. This is too weird. You know what? It's fucking Vivi and Donald Duck, isn't it?
Are you going to lock that in?
You know
just those two?
It's going to be a Kingdom Heart thing, isn't it? Because I know Donald Duck is also in Kingdom Hearts because I've seen the memes. Donald Duck and Vivi, lock it in.
Donald, correct, but the answer is actually Donald Duck and
Dion. Fuck. How does the dude So with the staff let me
not
clarify.
spell?
The only character other than Donald Duck to cast Zeta Flare is Bahamut. Dion turns into Bahamut. There's also a Bahamut in another game that can cast Zeta Flare, but Donald Duck can just kind of do it.
Was I right about the Kingdom Hearts thing with Donald Duck?
It's a Kingdom Hearts thing.
I threw logic out the window. I went with instinct. I did it. I got one. That gives me, I get a point for that, right?
I will give you a point for that, yes.
Whoa, okay. All right. Fuck Dion. But yeah, Donald Duck. Okay, I did it. Yay. Fucking turns into a dragon. All right. Just cuz? For fun?
Well, he does it to like save his friends because, power, friendship, etc., etc.
Okay, but I don't know if he could just do that at his will.
He was able to just kind of do it, no prep.
Wow. No prep. That's actually very impressive.
So next up, who uses the Buster Sword? I've included the card
Everybody.
from Magic.
Oh my god,
Is it
that's an
Cloud
answer!
Strife?
D! I was
Zach
just
Fair,
fucking
Angel
joking because
Huey,
every
or all
photo
of the
I've
above?
seen has this sword in. Everybody. D. All of the above. Everybody has this fucking butter knife. D.
Right, the answer is D, all of the
God,
above.
I fucking nailed it. There's my guy. Wait, that's not my guy. Is that my guy?
Which is your guy?
Wait, are those different people? All of them?
All three of these, the three named guys are the three below in that order. Cloud Strife, Zach Fair, and Angel Hewley. Now, for a bonus point, in what order do these characters get this sword?
In what order do they get them?
Yes, so they hand off the sword from one character to the next, to the next.
Oh, so it's just one sword they're
OMG,
passing
it's
around.
Roxy. Hope you're doing
Yes,
good.
the Buster Sword is a single, like it's a style of sword, but in this case it is a sword that is being passed down.
Zach gives it to Angel, who gives it to Cloud.
Sorry, that is not correct.
No.
Angel gives it to Zach, who gives it to Cloud.
That was close, right? I mixed up Zach and Angel.
You were close. You don't
bit.
get a point, but I appreciate that you knew Cloud ends up with it at some point.
Because I know Cloud's the main guy. I know that because of Kingdom Hearts things that I know the memes. This is
All right, Vashi.
genuinely very fucking hard. This is you and your chat came up with this.
Yeah, we wanted it to be
You did a
fun
really
and
good
insane.
job of making this the most difficult thing I've ever experienced.
You know what? You're getting close to 50%.
Thank God, just like high school.
And this is going to be another. You get a point for each one of these that you get correct. So there are 16 games listed here, and that means up to 16 points. Which games do Biggs and Wedge appear in? And two of these, I will say, are kind of flexible answers, but I am looking for in some version of the game, they do appear.
Is this not Star Wars, people?
They are Star Wars characters. That is who they are named for. And they appear in a large number of Final Fantasy games. There's many recurring character names in Final Fantasy.
Oh my God, I can't believe I nailed that. It was either Star Trek or Star Wars. I can't believe I got it. Okay. What the fuck? So they could be like, it could be like sprites, or they could be like they don't look like that in the game. They look like little,
They usually do not look like that, no.
I would think not. Okay. I'm going to go, Star Wars is old as hell. So I'm going to go with Final Fantasy 1 and 2 and 3. And
Okay.
I'm going to throw in 6 and 7 in there. And also 14 for fun.
Okay, and that just those ones? Great, I'm going to write it down. So you wrote down 1, 3, 6, 7, and 14.
I said 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, 1, 2,
6,
3,
7, and
6, 7,
14.
14. There we go. Final Fantasy 1, you got correct.
Yay.
Final Fantasy 7,
God damn it. Oh, I got
you
that
got
one.
correct.
Yes.
Final Fantasy 6, you got correct. And Final Fantasy 14, you got correct, which is 4 points out of a possible 16.
Yay. Is that good? Oh, God.
All right.
Jesus Christ. I knew it had to be at least a cup. Fuck, I didn't realize it was over half. I
should have
So
just
in
done
Final
one whole
Fantasy
row.
One, is it a name suggestion? They appear on gravestones.
Ooh. Oh, that's sad.
Sad. But only in the
Okay.
remake.
Whatever the fuck
It
that
counts.
means. Okay, Biggs and Wedge. Oh.
So this is our final question. Foxy, who kills Aerith Gainsborough? This is Aerith on the left.
This is the
Is
last
it
question.
Sephiroth, Hojo, Vincent, or Ansem? There
Is this
are
worth
four
all the
possible
points? Is this
questions.
worth all the points?
You know what? We'll make this worth 20 points to get you above a 50% if you get it right.
How do you pronounce the first person's name?
Sephiroth.
Sephiroth is the right answer.
You locking it in?
I watched a TikTok of a girl who was dressed like that girl on the left at the bottom of an escalator, and the camera slowly panned up to the top of the escalator, and that dude was just sitting there with the sword going like this, and he looked just like that guy, and it was slowly going down. So I'm going to assume that that is that guy, because he looked just like that one. And that's the only reason I know that. Lock it in.
Well, Voxy,
Oh,
they were
jeez.
recreating the iconic scene from Final Fantasy VII where Aerith frickin' bites it. Stabbed through by Sephiroth. Yes, you were correct.
Oh my god. Thank you, TikTok. What's my final score?
Your final score is 42 points out of 49 points, bringing you above 50%.
Let's
Because
go!
clearly you're a genius.
No child left
Clearly
behind,
you're-
baby! Woo!
And that's a passing grade.
That's a passing grade! Take that, high school teachers who thought I never amount to anything.
TikTok brain rot saves the day.
Just like I planned it. Amy,
Mhm.
this was so fucking good.
Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you for playing. This is the funnest fucking thing. I want to do this with things that you don't know about, and I could quiz you.
Yeah, you can ask me about all the Sims lore.
Are you kidding?
Or,
Can
I don't know, reality TV show. Those are things you know about that I don't know anything
Wait,
about.
You don't know anything about The Sims?
I know what you have told me when we're like hanging out and playing video games. And you're like, Amy, did you know that like Diana murdered somebody in The Sims too? And I'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're thinking of Bella Goth, who got murdered by Don Lothario, or abducted by aliens, but we're not gonna. That's neither here nor
Well,
there.
you can't
But
tell
either
me
way,
now. The spoilers.
It's true. It's true. If do you want to do one of those with me?
I would happily
do one
take
for you.
I would happily take any PowerPoint quiz that you make for me.
Oh, we have to do that like this week or something. That would be so fun. I could make it with my chat too. They don't know anything about it though.
It would be so good.
It would be like,
They
what
won't
the fuck
know
is
anything.
wrong with you?
So this is like Final Fantasy. A lot of people in chat, they know about Final Fantasy. Sims, I'm going to be honest with you, Voxy. I think in our community, you might be the only person who knows about The Sims.
No one. This is the best thing I've ever. There's a video that I can give you. I can give you 4 straight hours worth of Sims lore.
My God.
4. That's how much Sims lore is in The Sims, and nobody knows that. I feel like no one knows it, but there is, and I could do it for you, Amy.
And I would be honored to take your quiz.